Shine, everyone. Thank you for joining us on air and streaming on KARE 11 Plus. I'm Jason Hackett, joined by Alicia Lewis, live in Milan, where love is in the air. You're standing by a canal, gondolas are going by, people are making out in front of you. It's just so wonderful.
There was some makeouts already here in Milan. Yeah, good morning to our Minnesota viewers. We're like, what are they talking about? Yes, it's Valentine's Day Eve. Greta Myers is a speed skater. Her boyfriend's a speed skater. They're both here. I wanted to do a story with them in person and have them do the Lady and the Tramp with the spaghetti noodle and follow them on a date. And they were on board. It was going to happen. But then their coaches were like, nah, you guys should focus on why you're here, being Olympic athletes and all, not doing news stories with that Alicia girl from KARE 11.
I mean,
But we still have their story coming up.
After they're done competing, can we make it happen, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I'll just be the weird third wheel with a camera in their face, which is what I normally am usually.
Yeah, par for the course. Alicia, thank you.
Yeah.
We'll check in with you in just a second. First, let's get over to John. Big weekend here, Valentine's Day weekend, John.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're the third wheel here on KARE 11, that's for sure. Anyways, good morning. I remembered my red. Yes, let's get outside. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Celebrate. I always love watching the kiddos get all excited for Valentine's Day. It is a dense fog advisory. Go figure where the snowpack is. That's Alexandria and Bemidji. This stuff can sneak up on you when you're melting snow at the rapid pace that we're melting it. Alexandria, Bemidji. You can see the fog is pretty thick up here, and I'm a little bit concerned because when it's that foggy in 15, we call that freezing fog. So again, check the roads, give yourself a little extra time. Brainerd, Bemidji, and Alexandria. Here in the metro, we're at 32 degrees. Today we're going even warmer, 43. You know what I see? A lot of sunshine and light wind. CC, it's been, at least here in the metro, it seems like it's pretty quiet.
Good morning. Yeah, take it easy up north, but once you hit the Twin Cities metro, things are pretty quiet. I know I always give you this reminder, but those ramps, the bridges, the overpasses, those hold ice longer, so be careful on those. This is live in Oakdale. 694. Good morning if you're waking up in that area. I think today is going to be another quiet morning, which is great. No crashes as of 6:03. I will be going back over to St. Paul to remind you about that road work happening this weekend. Just don't want you to get tripped up with your Valentine's Day plans.
Here comes construction. CC, thank you very much. Let's turn to our top story of the morning. The Department of Homeland Security on the verge of a shutdown tonight as the drawdown of federal agents in Minnesota begins. We are following all of this with team coverage. Let's start with Audrey in the newsroom with more on a failed funding agreement in D.C. Good morning, Audrey.
Good morning. That's right. When the clock strikes midnight tonight, a shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security is all but assured. Senate Democrats blocked the agency's full-year funding bill by a vote of 52 to 47, below the 60 votes needed to pass it. So DHS has about 200,000 employees. Democrats say they won't fund the agency without changes to ICE operations. For example, they want to see a ban on officer face masks, restrictions on roving patrols, and more use of judicial warrants. This shutdown, though, won't impact ICE right away, as it's already received $75 billion from last year's Big Beautiful Bill. Those agents will continue to receive paychecks, but FEMA, TSA, and Coast Guard workers could see delays in their pay. Now, lawmakers are heading out of town for a week-long recess, so the department could be shuttered for at least 11 days, unless an agreement is reached and members return for a vote. Back to you.
We'll see if that actually happens. Audrey, thank you very much. And as Operation Metro Surge comes to an end in Minnesota, local leaders say there is still a lot of cleanup to do. So Megan McPherson is live now with all the details. Megan.
Yeah, good morning. In just a few hours, Mayor Jacob Frey and city leaders will outline the economic and social impact as federal agents continue to scale back operations across Minneapolis. And meanwhile, Governor Tim Walz is urging lawmakers to focus on small business recovery this session, proposing $10 million in forgivable loans for businesses that he says were negatively impacted over the past 6 weeks. When Holman announced the end of the surge yesterday, he said that federal agents detained more than 4,000 people, but he did not provide a breakdown of how many were considered targeted security threats.
This should be a bipartisan effort to protect these businesses, to protect what we have in Minnesota.
We now have the ability to arrest criminal aliens in the safety and security of jails throughout the state at the time they're being released, like we've done in other states.
Holman says he will remain on the ground for a little while to ensure the drawdown is successful. The agents leaving will either return to the duty station or be assigned elsewhere. And this announcement is sparking both relief and skepticism across the Twin Cities. I'll have reaction from Minnesotans coming up in about 30 minutes. For now, back to you.
All right, Megan McPherson reporting live this morning. Thank you very much. Happening this afternoon, journalist Don Lemon will be in Minneapolis federal court for an arraignment. The charges stem from an anti-ICE protest at a St. Paul church last month. Lemon says he was covering the protest as an independent journalist, calling the case against him an attack on the First Amendment. Activist Nekima Levy Armstrong will also be in court today in connection with the case.